In 2023, I ran 3 marathons. I ran the Boston Marathon route the day before the race. I helped Tom run his first ever marathon, and I ran my current marathon PB of 3 hours, 49 minutes and 29 seconds in Japan. And now I'm training for another one with 2 very different, very clear goals. And I've changed quite a bit about how I'm preparing for this one, but the training won't do itself. Let's head out on my tempo session and get going. Okay, so we are into the warm-up. Today on my runner plan, I've got 2K, nice and easy, comfortable pace to warm up. Then it goes into some on and off kilometres before finishing up with a 1 kilometre cool down. So the paces that I'm covering in today's session, not gonna lie, absolutely terrify me. These paces were not even on my radar 18 months ago, except maybe for a flat out sprint on the track. And now I'm doing kilometres which start with a 4 and doing them in whole sessions. I think sometimes in marathon training or in training blocks, it's about training your legs to go faster, whereas this very much feels like I'm training my brain to actually believe that I can sustain these kind of speeds and potentially sustain a faster pace for an entire 26.2 miles. But we'll just have to see about that. Okay, so I am 1 kilometre down, 1 more to go, and then we are into the tempo section of this workout. So I've got 4 lots of 2 kilometres to do. The first kilometre is a little bit slower at 5 minutes per kilometre pace. Then the second kilometre is 4 minutes 20 per kilometre pace. Now for everyone who's about to scream at me in the comments, what's that in miles? 5 minute K pace is 8 minute miling. 4:20 K pace is a bit faster than 8 minute miling. I don't know what that is. So the reason I picked out this session to show you is because there is a lot of work in this at 5 minutes per kilometre pace. Now that is the pace that you need to run for the whole 42.2 kilometres of a marathon if you want to achieve a 3:30 marathon, which for my age category would equal a Boston qualifying time. Now, if you actually get into the nitty gritty, last year you actually had to run 7 minutes faster than your qualifying time in order to get into the race. But 3:30 is a huge, ambitious bucket list goal for me. And it's bonkers to think that I'm even, I don't know, capable of training at these paces when 2 years ago I ran my first marathon in 4 hours and 30 minutes. But I'm ready for the challenge. And right now we're going into that pace. So let's see how we go. Classic, gone up a bit too fast. So we're into this pace. It's definitely going to take me a few kilometres to learn again what 5 minutes feels like. But this is a pace which, I don't know, I've been quite scared of in the last few years, but we have done a few challenges where I've had to pace people at this pace, and that's given me so much confidence, because if I can talk in a video, run at this pace and help other people do it, I'm not thinking about, oh, this pace feels really scary, I'm not sure if I can hold this. And I can, just need to believe in myself a little bit more. Speaking of scary paces, what is the one pace for you which is like your dream pace for a certain distance? Doesn't have to be a marathon, could be 5K, 10K, half, could be I want to do my parkrun a bit faster. Whatever it is, let me know in the comments. What is that ambitious pace that you want to target this year? Okay, faster rep. Don't think I'm going to be able to talk during this one, so over to future me.
So a tempo run is one of 4 runs that I'm doing every single week using the Runna app as part of my marathon training. Alongside my tempo, I also have an interval session, easy run, and a long run. Now, something new that I'm adding into this marathon block is strength and conditioning. Non-negotiable once a week, whether that is using the Runna app at home and their S&C plans or Pilates plans or mobility, or attending a HIIT or gym class. I'm really noticing a difference in getting this done every single week and showing up once a week, and hopefully this will make a difference come race day. Also, excitingly for race day, I am going to have Mo by my side, pacing me, filming me, and just generally giving me some support.
Okay, slower pace. 4:20 is feeling hard today. That was good. Now that I've remembered to do, so if you use Runna, this is such a useful feature in that you can turn off it like auto lapping, on interval sessions and tempo runs. So if you go to a track, there might always be an element of like GPS drift. So your watch might beat too early or too late, but this means that your watch is still going to be set up to tell you all of the paces, but then you manually lap it when you get to the wherever you need to finish on track, basically, which I have set up and I love using. And then I just need to remind myself to manually lap when it gets to 1k in a park, so that it's not telling me I'm going too slow when I'm actually into the next section. But it's all right, head is in the game now. We're back on it. It's amazing how just coming back into the 5 minutes per kilometre pace already feels so much easier after having done that faster pace. Puts it into perspective, although it's still hard. So that 3:30, or as close from my current PB of 3:49 down to 3:30, that's an A goal. I also have a secondary A goal, which is 100% a non-negotiable for me, and that is to make London Marathon race day the best day ever. Like, I want to enjoy it. This is my first marathon in the UK. It's at probably one of the most iconic marathons in the world, and I just want to have a party. Don't get me wrong, I know I've run marathons, I know there are going to be bits that are rubbish, that are going to be hard, where I'm really going to have to dig deep. But what's motivating me to get through this training, get out when it's not a beautiful sunny day like it is like today, what's motivating me is knowing that I'm just going to love putting everything out on the course on race day. And so that is my A goal that kind of supersedes going under 3:30. I kind of want both. Can I have both? And now, back into the faster pace.
So whilst I can't speak, let's give a little shout out to my shoes. These are the New Balance SC Elite V4s, and they are going to be my race day shoe. So I am loving using them for my faster sessions in training. They are a complete overhaul from the 3s and suit my feet much better. So I'm excited to wear these on race day.
You know what this block is teaching me? Do not underestimate the tempo run. / do not say, yeah, we can film in a park, when you know there's a hill. Every single time we get to the faster pace, it's at the bridge. How long have I got to go on 5 minute K pace? About as long as it takes to get to the bridge. It's time for the carbon plates to do their thing. Come on, marathon shoes. Off we go.
Top marathon tip from me is nail your race day shoes early in training, as there is nothing worse than a new shoe causing you problems during the marathon. Also, top tip if you're thinking about getting yourself a pair of these is I sized up half a size and found that a much better fit. And you're in luck, we're going to give away a pair to someone watching this video right now, along with a year's subscription to Runna for you and a friend. So if you want to enter, comment right now, what time do you think I am going to run for London Marathon? And make sure you're subscribed and you could be in with a chance of winning a pair of the New Balance SC Elite V4s, as well as a year's subscription to Runna for you and a friend.
Last rep. So we are into the last section of this run now. Got 800 metres to go at 5 minute kilometre pace, and then 1 more K hard at 4:20. 9th kilometre of this run, and it's feeling hard, but it's not feeling as hard as 4:20. As Andy would say, a hill is not a challenge, it's an opportunity. And then you'd get the lift. 100 metres. As we summit the mountain. Last fast K, let's go.
Marathon training can feel really long, but if you've done a few marathons, then it can start to feel like not a lot of room for errors. I knew I wanted to target a big PB, and so I signed myself up to a 5-week pre-marathon plan on Runna to get myself ready to go. Now, there's an exciting update to Runna, which means you can now do adaptive plans. So it doesn't have to be a set length towards a marathon if you wanted to train for 17 weeks instead of 16, for an example. And this, I think, makes such a big difference if you want to target a PB. This is definitely something I would implement on my next training block, because I really enjoyed having that extra 5 weeks to just ease myself into training before getting into that kind of hard 16-week plan that I'm in now. Plus, it also gave me the confidence, because there are a few harder pacing sessions in there, to choose and stick to 3:30 as a target.
Guess how this is finishing? Uphill. And that is a tempo run. not to be underestimated. I'm just gonna get my breath back as we're on a hill, and then 1k cool down, comfortable pace. Let's go. And into the cool down. I'm so happy to have that session banked. It was hard, but I now feel so much more confident and so glad that I was able to hit those paces. And now I'm into week 7 of out of 16 training for London Marathon with Runna. And I mentioned right at the start of this video that I've been doing things a little bit differently this time round. So I wanted to share my kind of top tips and things that I've learned over the last 7 weeks. Firstly, I've learned to just have more confidence in myself. What I'm trying to do is big, and I'm not naive to the fact that a 19-minute PB is a big ask and might not happen the first time round, and that is fine. But I need to have more confidence in showing up each week, tackling the paces, because so far I've been ticking them off and doing it. And I need to actually believe in myself that one day this pace might actually be possible. Secondly, adding in strength work is not as hard as I once made it out to be. I've learned during this training block that I need to stop comparing myself to other people and how they do it. I've worked out that for me, what works best is fitting it in at home, scheduling it into my calendar and adding it into my Runna plan. So I've started doing once a week an at-home strength and conditioning workout using Runna, or they've just added Pilates and mobility that you can add into your plans as well. And I'm really enjoying it. And so far, for 2024, I'm on a streak of doing it every single week, and I'm going to try and keep that up. And this last one will come as a surprise to no one apart from me, because I've been saying it every single week on the Running Channel podcast, but haven't yet quite managed to do it until this training block, and that is run your easy runs easy. I am guilty of doing this. I want to race round everywhere. If I feel really good and refreshed and I've got an easy run to do, I will just bash it out as quickly as I possibly can, but not this time. I've done it with a friend every single week. We chat to each other, we keep it nice and easy, and my legs feel so much better for it. So that is my top tip: run slow to run fast. And now I am just coming to the end of my cool down, and that is week 7 of London Marathon training, almost done. It is feeling absolutely amazing. Let me know in the comments, what else do you want to see from this training block, because we've got more episodes to come out. And don't forget to enter the competition to win a pair of these shoes and subscription to Runna. And I'll see you next time for some more runs.